Well, fuck. It's been a while. It's been about 2-3 weeks since I last uploaded. I know I haven't really been uploading very much recently, and maybe that's due to the fact that I just haven't been really feeling like making videos, but a few weeks ago I had a script written out which I'm going to use for this video, and my cousin came over. I'll have his channel somewhere on the screen or in the description. I don't know, it's called like Reflex or something like that. So definitely go check that out. It's very different content from mine, but check it out anyway. And he was staying with me for what I expected would be a few days, at max a week, but no, he stayed with me for literally about 3 weeks, and that was good fun. But yeah, I'm back here making videos. Don't know what the fuck to say now. But yeah, I'm just going to use the script that I had written a few weeks ago. I know it is kind of outdated, but I feel as though it's still kind of relevant, not just within this game, but with all upcoming games and all games that have released in the past. I still think it's a relevant thing and will be relevant for some games coming up like The Division 2 and stuff. So I want to talk about this because this is a pretty important topic that I feel as though I want to discuss a bit. So yeah, if you follow the gaming scene whatsoever, you've probably heard of a little game called No Man's Sky. A few weeks ago, as I said, this game really just blew up and took YouTube by storm pretty much. I was constantly getting videos recommended to me. No Man's Sky's new comeback, No Man's Sky's new update is fucking amazing. Seeing all this shit about this new update that came out that supposedly fixed the game, which, yeah, it's a good thing that the game is getting new content, is getting better, but does that make it right does that make it okay that the game released in a shitty state? Like, the game released horribly bad. Like, it got so much hype leading up to the release, and you probably were hyped about this game. A lot of people was. Personally, I wasn't very interested in the game. I was just in my own little circle, paying attention to Call of Duty, and just didn't really give a shit about any other games at the time. But I still heard about this game, and there's been loads of games released, specifically by Ubisoft. I think Ubisoft is probably most known for doing this, releasing a game in a shitty state and then improving it over time, making it into else a good or possibly even a great game. Look at Rainbow Six Siege. One of the best shooters on the market. Definitely I would say the best tactical shooter on the market. Personally, I'm not really into it. I just didn't get into the game too much. I don't like the tactical shooter style. I don't like dying and then not being able to respawn and then just having to spectate, because yeah, it is definitely a skill gap thing, but I just couldn't be bothered to get better at the game, because at the start, it's boring as shit. You die a lot, you're sitting there spectating for most of the game. I feel as though I'm literally just bored out of my mind sitting there, pretty much doing nothing. As well as a couple other games such as The Division. I think even For Honor they're working on. I'm not too sure if they have got it to a better state. I don't really pay attention to For Honor too much, but I do know it was free on Xbox. I believe right now, if you have gold, you can pick up this game completely free on Xbox. The total price for the game is $55. You see a total, like literally a full price game. It's still full priced right now, and you can get it completely free for literally just paying like a $5 a month for Xbox Live. Hell, even if you just want the game and you don't have Xbox Live, just pay a $5 and get the fucking game for free. But yeah, these games released in pretty shitty states. But is it okay that they're released in shitty states, that they get better over time? Personally, I don't think so. Now, don't get me wrong, I would much rather prefer a game to release shitty and then get better over time and turn into a great game, than have a game that's just released okay and mediocre that doesn't really turn into anything in the future, because I don't really buy games at launch anymore. I just don't personally do that a whole lot, and generally whenever I see a game, if I'm interested in the game, yeah, I will buy it. But most of the time, it's usually a few years down the line after the game's been updated and worked on, and generally by that time, the game's in a lot better state, and I'm just ready to pick up the game, and I get the game basically in a perfect state, pretty much, when the game is at its peak, and that's great for me. Personally, I prefer that. But I still don't think it excuses the fact that you're releasing a game that's not what it was promised to be. No Man's Sky literally did the exact fucking opposite. They literally lied to their consumers about what they were releasing. I'm sure you've heard of the very popular interview with, I think like the creator or something. I really don't give a fuck who this guy is, but it's something to do with No Man's Sky. He must be like a creator or something of the game, or a developer. And he basically said in this interview, everything that would be in the game. He asked him questions, are you going to be able to see, meet other people, are you going to be able to go to all these different planets and everything, and he answered yes to pretty much all these questions, and he described what you're going to be able to do. Is that stuff in the game at launch? Fuck no. Is it in the game now? It's slowly making its way into the game, which, as I said, is a good thing, but it doesn't excuse the fact that what they released at launch was not what was promised to the consumer. That's bullshit, and I fucking hate when developers play us like this. We're not fucking idiots. I'm not gonna buy a fucking game that is gonna be in a shitty state, and that's why I don't like pre-ordering games. That's why I generally don't do it anymore. The only games I did pre-order in the past were Call of Duty games, and I'm not even playing Call of Duty anymore. I'm not even thinking about Call of Duty right now, but I don't plan to pre-order any games in the future because it's just not worth my while. The only game that I will end up pre-ordering for certain is The Elder Scrolls 6. Why? Because I fucking loved Skyrim. It is my favorite game of all time, and I have no doubt in my mind that Bethesda will make an amazing game. I'm very looking forward to that game. I'm very excited to seeing what that game's going to be like. I can't wait for it. The day that game comes out, I'm going to be locking myself away. I will not be going outside that day. I will literally be sitting in my room probably the entire day just playing that game. I can't wait for it. But besides that, do I plan to pre-order any other games? No, especially not games like Ubisoft games. Ubisoft games are known for literally just misleading their fans. Watch Dogs, you remember Watch Dogs, that game? Guess what? The E3 trailer gameplay that was shown, the graphics, they look pretty good, right? And that actually interested me in the game. I was like, holy fuck, this game actually looks good. It looks really good actually, especially for the time. But what did we get when the game came out? This pile of shit. The game looked nothing close to what was shown at E3. Nowhere near close to what was shown. And that is really, really just disappointing and really fucking over your fans. I hate when developers do this, and it's something that I will say consistently. Do not lie to the consumers. We're not fucking idiots, and I'm sick of these companies assuming that we are. Because yeah, they do get away with shit like this a lot of the time. They can make money off this shit, and they can get away with this stuff. And it's sad that they can. And believe it or not, this is the reason why I love a lot of indie devs, because most of the time they just care about their game and they put their heart and soul into it, and it generally turns out to be a really good game, or they don't lie to their fans, they don't mistreat the people that's gonna buy the game. They release a game, no microtransactions, no funky bullshit surrounding the game. It's a pure game, and that's what I miss. I miss older games because all they were was pick up the game, go home, put in the game and fucking play the game. It was so simpler, and I miss those times. Times have changed a fucking lot to do with a lot of different things, but especially to do with gaming. Gaming has changed a lot, it's evolved a lot, and in my personal opinion, I don't think it's evolved for the better, which is something quite sad to say.